Hello, everyone. Last week's session held a called session meeting to consider a motion to adjust officer terms of service from January through December to September through August. And the motion passed unanimously. And I'd like to take a few moments and unpack this with you. First, this has been a recurring discussion for several years, but given the uncertainty that's been created by COVID-19 for many families, we felt that this was the year to proceed with this shift. Now, this means our nominating process, which would normally be happening right now, well, it will take place next spring. We think that given the state of things, it's best for us to walk slowly into the fall as a church and to focus on worship, connecting with God and each other, and serving our community. Now, the decision was made in a transparent way, and all current deacons and elders were given opportunities to be involved in the discussion. Session representatives met with the diaconate earlier this month, and both the diaconate and this year's nominating committee were represented by their respective leadership at session. Now, here's what the decision means in practical terms. First, the revised officer terms of service take effect this year for all current officers, so we've asked each officer to pray and consider extending their term by 8 months. Now, let me emphasize that this is voluntary. And in the best interests of the church, many have already indicated their intentions to extend. Second, as we talked about this, two priorities emerged which need attention, and we're going to spend the next few months studying these. That's being good Presbyterians. On one hand, like Bob Dylan sang, times they are a-changin'. A lot has happened in our region and church since just a few years ago when we joined ECO. So session needs to clarify the roles and expectations of elders and deacons. So we're putting together a task force to have a thorough study on the biblical foundations and our eco-polity expectations for church officers. If you'd like to be considered for this task force, please reach out to me by this Sunday so I can get names to the elders next Tuesday. We plan to have this study done between August and November. On the other hand, our discussions identified a need to overhaul our officer training process. So I've assembled a task force of education and adult training professionals to develop a new officer training system for session to consider and own. And I'm very excited about this one. A big thanks to Janie Beaver, Mark Benno, Catherine Poling, Roxanne Cooper, Mike Garrison, A.B. Hutchinson, Rich Landis, and Tracy Rock for their help in this effort. We plan to wrap this up in time for the officer training that will happen next summer. Thanks for your attention to this announcement. We're trying to find ways to be increasingly transparent with you about what's happening at Bethel when we're not able to come together like we're used to. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I'll be happy to talk through this development with you. Blessings on the rest of your day. And thank you for the prayers, by the way. You're sending so many prayers to Jesus that are sustaining me and the rest of your leadership. Have a wonderful day, and bye for now.